Hello everyone, this is Phil from underKG.com. Today we got the Xperia Z1 Compact. So everyone has been, well not everyone, but people like me have been waiting for the small device with the high-end specs. It's not hard, it doesn't have to be big to pack up all those nice features. So we finally have this. Unlike the minis and the compacts of the other manufacturers, Sony has finally put all the features of the Z1 into Z1 Compact, a 4.3-inch device. So this guy's a Galaxy S4, this guy's a 5-incher, this guy's a Galaxy Note 3 with the 5.7-inch display, and this is how small it is. I know it's not exactly as small as people wanted it to be, but hey, it's waterproof and everything. And the photo that I've seen kind of made it look like it's as big as a Galaxy S4, so I was really scared, but it is definitely smaller. Well, Galaxy S4, in fact, was a compact device. But anyway. Alright, so let's start with the Sony logo on the top and the receiver and the ambient and the proximity sensor, front-facing camera, and the 4.3-inch of a 720p display. That's pretty much enough. We'll get into details on that. And the nothing on the bottom because it's built into the soft key. On the right is a power key that's kind of mascot of Sony Xperia line right now, and the volume rocker with the camera key that you can lock your focus with the second pushing shutter, I forgot how to call that. And there's a strap hole right there, so you can put your hand strap over there. Not a lot of manufacturers. Actually, in fact, Sony is almost the only one that puts it still. And a 3.5mm headphone jack that provides awesome audio quality. And all the ports are located in the left. These flaps needs to be closed and tight to ensure waterproof. And there's a micro USB port right there with the micro SD card slot right there, expandable up to 64 gigabytes, and the docking port, that's a magnetic, so you can put it on the magnetic dock, or there's a magnetic charging cable, so you can charge your phone without opening and closing this back and forth again, because doing that is gonna diminish your performance on the waterproof. And there's a micro SIM card slot right there. There's a tray and a little flap right here you can pull up to see the all those FCC and the IMEI, all those kind of infos. That's a really neat finish on behalf of the phone. Alrighty, there's a speaker right there. This guy's got a speaker and the microphone built in inside, and since this is a waterproof phone, like all the other waterproof phones, speaker quality isn't as good as I want it to be, and I have to say it's not good. And there's a 20.7 megapixel camera. It's got a lot better than the Xperia Z1. Xperia Z1 has got a firmware update and hence got a lot better camera quality, and this guy has even better photo quality. And the LED flash right there with the NFC, you can tap on there. Sony Xperia logo following through. Alrighty, so let's bring it on. And there's a typical Xperia lock screen with the Xperia launcher. Xperia launcher hasn't changed a lot. It's the same as the Z Ultra and the Z1, so we won't go into many details. Many people have been expecting a lot on the display, and this is set on the maximum brightness, and it's not as bright as I want it to be. I don't know why, maybe I'm expecting too much. But the viewing angle has got a lot better. Let's bring it on with the Xperia Z, and when viewed like this, colors on the Xperia Z are all washed out on the left or right as well, but the Z1 Compact remains its color, keeps its color intact. Xperia Z Ultra had a pretty nice display, and it's rumored to have the same display that they use on the Z Ultra, and it seems to be true. It's as good as it needs to be. Alrighty, and the camera quality has gotten a lot better as I said, and when you launch the camera with the camera shutter, it's got this little neat cyber shot tone. That's a good thing. And the camera quality is really good. And this dedicated shutter key is definitely a plus factor on your photo shooting. And the audio quality is still good as I wanted, as I got from the Z1. We all know that Sony has its distinct sound effects with the starting with the clear bass and the clear audio. I'm a big fan of a clear bass, and it performs exactly as I want it to be. And there are some glitches. There are some apps that the clear bass doesn't work on, and it's a kind of a newish bug on the latest firmware. I hope Sony fixes it. Fix it, Sony. And that's pretty much it. It ships with the Android 4.3, and aside from the fact that it ships with one of the latest Android, it is going to be updated with the Android 4.4 KitKat soon. They promise. They should follow. And I set it up everything on the Nova launcher, so let's move on to Nova launcher. for now, if I can find it. There we go. Nova launcher. And the biggest thing about the Xperia Z1 Compact is that it's got all the nice features, starting with the Snapdragon 800 processor. That's the latest processor in the market. That's a quad core running at the 2.15 gigahertz of clock, packed with 2 gigabytes of RAM and the 16 gigabytes of internal storage, which is expandable with the micro SD card slot that I mentioned. And the HD resolution is it's really enough at the 4.3 inch, because I've seen a lot of 5 inches with the 720p display, and I didn't find any problems with that. Some people do, but I didn't. And the density on the screen looks really nice. So let's bring a little YouTube page, our YouTube page, into the screen and see the details on the screen. By the way, the language there is Korean, it's not Chinese. And alrighty, so it's really crisp. I really like the display. It's kind of not as bright as I want it to be, but I can deal with it. And although the amount of the battery has been diminished to 2400 milliamps from 3000 milliamps of the Z1, this guy's got a lot smaller display and it can cover it off, and the battery lasts about a day. And there is a Sony distinct power management feature starting with the stamina mode. This kills all the data transfer of the apps that you don't need when the phone screen is turned off, aka when you're not using the phone. And you can add exceptions like Messenger that has to be transmitting data, and it saves up your battery. And there are also a queued background data, so it stacks up all the data your phone wants to transfer, and it just has terms that it sends and receives the data, so it doesn't continuously transmit the data. And that's it saves up the battery, and the battery is good enough to last about a day. And I really liked it about Xperia Z1 Compact. So overall, this is an awesome device. The audio quality is great, speaker not so much, but the camera photo quality is enough, and the layout and the size are just my taste. There are one thing that I did find that I didn't exactly like about the Z1 Compact, is that it did get a little bit thicker. I can deal with it. And although it's got an awesome finish, this glossy black metal and the side glossy black glass, and the side metal is really just nice to hold in hand. But just the lines there are Z1's got a really clean-cut line, like the edgy and everything, and it provided with that much of a visual perfection, and Z1 Compact just doesn't. It seems like the designer, when designing Z1 Compact, had in mind that the Z1 Compact is a compact phone, because a 4.3 incher was nowhere being compact like 2 or 3 years ago, and nowadays it's really compact. When you hold it in your hands, it feels even compact. It's not my hand has grown, so it must be that I got used to the bigger phones like this guy. Well, this is too big. But anyway, so it seems like designer had it in mind that this was a compact guy, and it shows it in the design that it's not as clear-cut edges as the Z1, its sibling Z1 did. But aside from that, I'm just too picky on design. Aside from that, if you're looking for a small phone, well, it's not exactly like small, but a compact phone that fits in your hand nicely, Z1 Compact does not compromise on any other features. It's got packed up with the awesome display with the 720p, that's enough, and the awesome sound quality, awesome photo, awesome battery, and one of the latest operating system to be updated to the latest one. I can't really pick up any of the cons on this guy, except for the design language that I probably only myself didn't find as attractive as it was on the Z1. So that was Z1 Compact. If you want to follow our channel, tap on there to subscribe to our channel. And thank you always for watching, and we'll see you guys later. Bye!